Be ready. 5 seconds.
Reading gives unique pleasure. The pleasures of reading are many. They differ from reader to reader. Sober and intellectual people prefer reading history books, philosophical treatises, or books of serious nature. To an emotional reader, books of drama, poetry, travel, fiction, and essays give great delight, while many others like to read stories, jokes, comics, detective material, and such other books. But there cannot be any doubt that the pleasure of reading is the best. One can spend one's leisure in other pleasure pursuits as well, but reading has no equal. Reading has so many additional advantages which no other hobby or leisure time pursuit can give. The ability to read and relish books is really a boon. Reading provides delight, experience, entertainment, and skills in various fields of life. According to Francis Bacon, some books are to be tasted, others to be swallowed, and some few to be chewed and digested. That is, some books are to be read only in parts, others to be read but not curiously, and some few to be read wholly and with diligence and attention. Some books also may be read by depth and extract made of them by others. Reading makes a full man, conference a ready man, and writing an exact man. To get pleasure out of reading, one has to cultivate the habit of reading. Reading requires intelligence, quick comprehension, patience, love of solitude, and certain language skills. One might be well educated, but it does not mean that one can surely derive pleasure from reading or that one can engage himself in reading. It needs a special aptitude, but it can be easily acquired and developed. Unfortunately, most of the students read for getting through the examination only. They read neither for pleasure nor for culture and knowledge. It is really a matter of pity that modern young men and women waste their time in playing cards, viewing films, television programs, or in gossiping for relaxation and pleasure. Books are really a treasure house of pleasure, knowledge, experience, intellectual food, and refreshment. They are the best friends which would never leave you in the lurch. You can read a book at your pleasure and convenience, in a corner of your room, in bed, while traveling, while taking tea and breakfast. One can read in the libraries, classrooms, waiting halls, and airports, railway and bus stations. The relief, relaxation, refreshment, and mental food provided by reading is matchless. The experience gained through reading ever stands in good stead with the reader. Modern age is the age of information. We can keep ourselves well informed about various topics and things by reading books, magazines, newspapers, bulletins, etc. There are books of fiction, stories, biographies, travels, adventures, philosophies, histories, phantasm, poetry, drama, one act plays, humor, etc. There is no end to the variety reading that books offer us. You can choose any topic and subject to suit your aptitude, leisure, duration, pocket, and occasion. While traveling, you can enjoy a fiction, a collection of short stories, poems, a magazine or a newspaper. Before going to bed, one can again enjoy some light and instructive reading. Most of the light type of reading does not demand any appreciable mental application and exercise on the part of a reader. Most of the novels, short stories, magazines come under this category. Besides giving pleasure, they enrich our experience, knowledge, broaden our outlook, and stimulate thinking. Moreover, it is not a costly hobby. You can borrow books from friends and libraries. You can buy books according to your pocket. Cheap and second-hand books can also be bought to our great advantage. The money spent on books is really a sound investment. For reading, you do not depend on others as you would do if you play cards, chess, football, etc. Books are called the lifeblood of master spirits. We can become intimate with Shakespeare, Kalidas, Tulsidas, Premchand, and Rabindranath Tagore by reading their works. Thus, we can share their experiences, joys, sorrows, emotion, thoughts, and feelings. Books can move us to tears, both of delight and sorrow. There is a complete identity between a reader and the characters of a novel, story, or a play. The magic and charm of reading defies description. Through reading, we establish bonds of close relationship with various authors. The pleasures of reading can be recreated time and again. It can be imparted to others. Reading is a sure protection against boredom, loneliness, pain, suffering, frustration, and various complexes. All that mankind has done, thought, gained, or been, it is lying as in magic preservation in the pages of books. They are the chosen possession of men. To a cultivated and educated person, books provide the finest of pleasures. But we must choose our reading material with care and caution. There are many cheap and substandard books which can poison young minds and mislead them on paths undesirable. In the selection of books, you can consult your teachers, elders, librarians, etc. Then there are book reviews to guide you to better reading materials. We must be judicious in our reading. We should gradually make our own small library of choicest books. Books which can encourage, inspire, guide, and entertain should be treasured. Reading is the first step to attaining richness of personality and full development. Happy is the person who acquires the habit of reading when he is young. He has secured a lifelong source of pleasure, instruction, and inspiration. So long as he is in the company of his beloved books, he need never feel lonely. He always has a pleasant occupation in his moments of leisure. He can never feel bored or frustrated. Books are treasures filled not with gold and silver and precious stones, but with riches more valuable than these: knowledge, noble thoughts, and high ideals. Poor indeed is the man who does not read, and empty is his life. Reading is of different kinds. First, there is light reading, which means the reading of newspapers, periodicals, journals, etc.